French Spy. Welcome to the French Spy's Toy Room, and welcome to my series of birthday unboxings where I will go through some stuff that I've gotten over time as either just stuff that I wanted or gifts, and I'm getting around to one of my favorite miniatures games, and it's 7TV Apocalypse from Crooked Dice Studios, and I have not this is one that I wanted, have not gotten the Apocalypse set. I picked it up a little while ago. I found it on secondary market, and this was one I was missing. I have the core set, the fantasy set from the Kickstarter, the pulp set, which I really love, and the Dracula set. So this is Apocalypse, so this will add cards. This came out before the newer core set, so some of the cards might be some that I've seen already, and just older versions, but that's fine. I really like the pulp box set. I really when I want to play pulp, I still use that as opposed to some of the newer cards. So hopefully this is the same. So anyways, on the cover here you got what looks like some sort of soldier with a mask on, and there's the post-apocalypse in the background. You can see some Mad Max style caravans and whatnot. See a miniature on the side, another miniature on the side here. 7TV Apocalypse, post-apocalyptic wargaming in the world of cult TV. So on the back it looks like Wacky Racers villain. What do we have? 7TV Apocalypse is a tabletop skirmish inspired by many apocalyptic spectacles of television and cinema. Hurdle across the tabletop in bikes, muscle cars, trucks, or fight as survivors, mutants, raiders, angels, or zombies at the end of the days. So I'm hoping I can do, Mad Max, I'm sure, or maybe some Cursed Earth, Judge Dredd. We'll see. That's why I am excited to see what type of apocalyptic settings are available. So it says 2 to 4 players and ages 13 and up. So let's just get, man, this cellophane is holding itself together. All right, then let's get this coffin open and we'll take a look. Okay, looks like we got some cards. 1, 2. Let's see. Infernal Brood. Oh no. When hell was full, it said some twisted souls returned to earth by possessing the sinful to join the Legion of the Damned, or simply reenact the diabolical deeds that sent them there. An infernal brood can consist of the following models: 1 fiend, 2 to 4 damned, 2 to 4 cultists, 2 to 4 beastmen. Wow. Good start. And a vampire. Oh man, I like both these already. Not what I was thinking in the post-apocalypse. What do we got? It's got his stats right there. It's got a model. And we got a bite that's +8 strike, deadly. It's a melee attack. And then a ranged attack is hypnotic gaze, which is 4 inches away. Does 0 health, but weaken. So if you keep stacking stats on top of each other, it does damage. So 2 normal size things of cards. We got 3 mini decks. What do we got here? We got a trunk. That's cool. So vehicle modification cards. Countdown cards. Those are like your it's your timer deck basically. Gear card. I'm sure there's more stuff in there. Ooh, we got some amber looking tokens, some action tokens, some dice. Ooh, and this one has some already popped out chits for you. The other one came with like an MDF board, which I don't think I've still fully popped out. Some vehicle cards. That's cool. A template, which should pretty much cover all your needs. And some books. What do we got here? The Producer's Guide. Apocalypse Producer. The Director's Guide, which is the rule book probably. And the Stuntman's Guide. So, take a look at each of those. We just move this aside for now. And we'll take a quick peep inside. So let's start with the Producer's Guide, because that was the first one that popped up. And then we will see what's in there. So one moment. Okay, so we got the Producer's Guide here, and we got what looks like a mutant from Inbred Mutant or whatever on the cover, and an action hero piece of art. The back, model appendix. Okay, so Producer's Guide. In the second volume, oh, where's the first volume? Is this the first volume? It's got to be. Okay, Director's Guide, Book 1. Oh yeah, should have read the bottom here. Okay, so it looks like we got Furiosa on the front cover, and what looks like a real crazy post-apocalyptic setting going on in the piece of art here. Let's see. We got Welcome to Director's Guide. In this first volume, find out what it takes to be a pulse-pounding 7 TV director. You'll be able to direct the action with the core rules that explain your cast strength and weakness and how to face your opponents in thrilling battles. Let's learn about the statuses and how to avoid them, and the different types of attacks and special effects your cast members may use. Also discover the essential gear and hideous mutations you can include to ensure you survive the apocalypse. Alright, so we got some like Gamma World or Fallout style of mutations, and that's cool. I like that. Please stand by. 7TV is an apocalypse war game inspired by many apocalyptic spectacles of television and cinema. Fight across the tabletop at the end of the world to try and carve out a new home, or revel in the chaos at the end of days. Okay, so what's a war game? And then the basics. What's in the box? Like I said, we got what looks like the evil duo from the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like Wacky Racers. So it's the evil mutants. Base sizes and extra dice, so there's some custom dice in here, and then the card. So on a card, it's pretty much all you need for the character. And one thing I really like about 7TV is the cards, because then you don't have to stat anything out really. It's just you got some pre-made characters. You pick out your crew from the cards that are available to you, and then that's what you play with. So it's pretty fast for army building, and you it's miniatures agnostic, so you just use whatever miniatures you own and then apply them to whatever stats that are available. So there's a little wiggle room if you want to customize things a little bit, but to me, I'm fine with playing what's on the card for the most part. So the example they got is the Wasteland Wanderer, which is probably like your Mad Max character. He's a star, and he's got fight 4, shoot 4, defense 10, mind 3, body 5, and spirit 4. These are for when you take stat tests outside of like the defense score, which is what will be added to basically a target number for your opponent to hit when they roll their defense dice. So go add it to their defense, and then that's what you'll be trying to hit when you roll your attack score. So if you've got a brawl of 9, you'll roll some d6s and add either 4, 5, or 6, depending as the highest target number, and then some modifiers here or there to that roll, and try and beating your opponent's defense roll. So it's got a brawl and a sawed-off shotgun, which is blast 3 effect, which is cool. So it's going to do some damage with that sawed-off shotgun. So it's got a range 24. It's got 3 health, and he's a star, which is basically you can only have like one, maybe two stars, but they take up all of your army building points. So, and his rating is 10. So yeah, and these are his the genre that he's part of. So basically, when you build a team, you'll go off of your stars and your co-stars, and the extras should come from whatever genre affiliation that the main character has. Which awesome. Not too deep after you read it, and then plot points. Every character generates a certain amount of plot points. So you'll basically count up everybody in your warband, and they'll generate plot points for you, and those are basically your actions that you dole out to your team each turn. Which, awesome. And statistics tests. So those are your basically a tribute test. So target number is 7+. It's telling you right here. So say this, the what was it called? Strength? Yeah, a fight score. If you have to take a fight test for something, for your fight target number would be a 4+ on a D6, and if you had a 3, it'd be a 5+. So it's harder the lower you got. A higher number, better chances of actually doing something. And we got statuses. So some effects that modify your initiative roll. Basically, it's just on the very first turn you make the initiative roll, and then that determines who is going first every turn, unless you steal the turn and change the initiative order. Turn sequence countdown. It's the countdown phase, action phase, and then the end phase. And in the countdown phase, you'll flip that the deck that has different effects depending on where you are in the game. So you won't use all of these cards, these countdown cards. You'll basically build a deck of them at the start of the game, and see there's some Act 1 cards, Act 2 cards, and finale cards. So there's 3 acts, right? And say you'll take whatever, like the top 6 to create Act 1, and then another, whatever, we'll say that's 6, and then the finale cards, right? So whenever you get through this deck, that's when the game is over. So every turn, you'll be flipping at least one of these countdown cards, right? And these are effects that will basically happen each turn. So what does it say? Be kind, rewind. You can move any number of your non-vehicle models up to 3 inches each in any direction. Then your opponent can do the same with the same number of models. So basically, this is your turn counter, the number of cards here. You can speed this up by doing things that let you discard more than one, like 2 cards, and then you would use the second card. And it says blooper reel. Choosing one opposing extra, this model becomes knocked down, excludes drivers and passenger models. So if you didn't know, 7 TV games are in movies and television. So that's why it's all like breaking the fourth wall. It was a blooper reel card. What do we got? Action sequence. Choose 1d3 of your models not in base contact with any opposing model. Each chosen model can make 1 immediate shoot attack. Models which shoot cannot shoot again this turn. So basically, out of sequence, you're getting 1d3 models to take ranged attacks, and that's pretty strong, especially if you really want to go more than once and take care of a threat before the opponent can. Let's look at one of the the finale cards. Cameo appearance. Choose one of your extra models. That model can make an immediate move action. If the move ends, that model's in base contact with a star or co-star models, you immediately gain 2 actions or plot points. Exclude drivers and passenger models. So extra actions. It's really strong. So it's a little taste of what's there. So that's the countdown phase. The action phase is where most of the things are going to go down in the game. To gain your plot points depending on the number of characters in your on your warband or in your cast. You activate the models by giving them your plot points that you have, and then basically, I want to say everybody can take up to like 2 actions, if I remember correctly. Yeah, a model which can activate me now take up to 2 actions. Yeah, and then with those actions, with the plot points, you can modify those actions by buying special actions or improving your die rolls, re-rolls, whatnot. These are some cool looking minis. You got a dude that looks straight out of Total Recall with the bodies growing out of their chest. So we got move actions, charge actions, where you move and attack, like if you've played any other miniature war game. Knockdown, pushing models, push them off of terrain. Strike actions. Okay, yep. Disadvantage. So statuses play a big part of the game where like you can be on fire or knocked down, depending on what your status is. There's different modifiers that will basically change the way the game is played, or give you disadvantages or advantages. Mostly disadvantages for the most part. Attackers can make a strike roll. Yep. Okay. It's just melee attack. Special free action. That's a cool miniature. Just looks like a modified version of one of the trolls from what was it, Otherworld Miniatures. And special free actions. What do we got in special free actions? Special actions: aiming and claiming an objective token and using the special effects. Free actions: making a charge attack. That's after the charge attack. If you moved into base contact with somebody, you can get a free attack action. So the charge isn't free. Actually, I think the charge actually takes like two of your actions, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. And vehicles, I believe there's vehicle rules in the other games, but I'm betting this one is a bit more intense, since Mad Max is definitely a heavy inspiration on this one. And we got like an ant invasion here. Attacks. Yep. So this is all your special abilities are from different attacks. Military. Yep. Oh, this guy looks awesome. Just looks like Goliath from Necromunda, basically. We got some cars with some weapons on them. Special effects. Physical. Just all your special effects. So you'll be... Unfortunately, there's probably a lot of referencing going on unless you play this game a lot, just to see what all of the special abilities are. You'll have the cards, which are the character cards, which are very helpful, but sometimes you gotta look something up. This reference on the back of this book is probably going to be very useful, so you might not have to look up as much if you got all the most important rules in one spot. It's always a good thing. We got Producer's Guide. This is book 2. And, okay, so here are, one thing I really like about these games, these box sets, is they'll come with basically history of the fake movie studios that they have created, and there's some backgrounds from the actual fake history of those studios and the movies they made. So we got Route 666, Studio of the Dead, Road Warrior, Network Nightmares, Video Nasty. Okay, and a brief history of the end times. So, every producer wants a hit, but a range of possible post-apocalyptic realities is only limited by the imagination of the coffee-fueled creatives in your writings room. So, what kind of apocalypse are you going to bring to the screen? Okay. And it's got some examples: Alien Invasion, Judgment Day, Nuclear Armageddon, Rise of the Machines, and then Planet of the Fungoids. So this is cool because it tells you like characters and the plots of these fake shows, but you could just take these and use them as templates for the games that you could play. It's supposed to be best played, I want to say, over the narrative of multiple games where you're connected to narratives. This is a narrative-driven miniatures game where not so much competitive. You're just trying to tell a fun story that links up over multiple plays. So, 3 plays get your whole story in, and change up your models and come up with some new scenarios. Radland races. So yeah, so it looks like here's our death race. they just keep coming back to that villain. And these models look cool. Good grimy paint jobs. Highway to Hell. So it looks like they've crossed The Exorcist with what looks like some what do you call it? Drive-in movies. We got Mumra on there. Highway to Hell. It was dawn of a new millennium, a time of promise and possibilities, leading the way, the brighter day, the brand new president, young, handsome, charming son of a diplomat, and a multi-millionaire businessman in his own right. Wow. Cast creation. These are telling you about how to create your crews and the different genres that this game has. Militia, raiding, savagery, science, survival, uncanny, and wasters. So that must be from the wasteland. And stars. So this is the name of all of the characters. Basically, a quick name and explanation of all the character cards that you have access to. And is that all that's... No, okay, so that's the end of that. And then choosing your stars. Yeah, so basically, what I said, you're picking out a star, co-star, and then some extras. And if you want to make any adjustments, you can follow this guide here to add or subtract things to make them the way you want. All right. And like I said, there's so much variety and have so many different cards that I don't even think it's really necessary. But if you really want to tweak it, make it your own, you can. Episodes. So then some scenarios, objective tokens, MacGuffins. MacGuffins are like cards, tokens that you place, and they'll give your characters extra abilities when they locate it on your map and use it. So usually really strong and gives you victory points as well. So you're playing for, most of the games, you're playing for victory points. So basically score some objectives, and whoever at the end of, when the countdown card deck runs out, when that's out, the game's over, and then whoever has scored more victory points usually is the winner. Unless the scenario you're playing is different. The battle, the escape, so it's got the synopsis, and then your deployment zones, any special rules, and victory points. Yep. And then for a director's cut, if you want a variant of the same game, it says add a MacGuffin. So there you go. The escape, the race, the hit, the steal. Some of these are just very, very generic sounding. The steal. One cast is attempting to steal a consignment of the essential survival supply that is being transported by the opposing cast. Both sides set up models according to the cast to start location and action. Determine the initiative roll as normal. Special rules. After gear has been chosen, the defender should draw 4 gear cards and choose one to be the MacGuffin. The gear MacGuffin is given to one model, and it should be made clear who has it. Only this model can use the gear represented by the MacGuffin, and then only if they are able to use gear at all. Friendly model in play can take the MacGuffin by using a special action if it already hasn't passed to another model in the same turn. If any model carrying a MacGuffin is reduced to 0, replace their model with a MacGuffin token. Okay, so, yeah, kill the guy with the MacGuffin, then he drops it. And the director's cut, victory points, determine your victory points. The director's cut, each side has infiltrated the other. When a player steals the scene, nominate an opposing extra model with no more than 1 health. That model counts as being in play in your cast for the rest of the episode. Oh, that's cool. So, a variant to the same, what do you call it, scenario is you each have a spy on the other person's team. As long as it's one of the, 1 health extras, you can basically activate them at some point. And then that comes into play. And then an appendix of all the different characters and what their affiliations are. So, there's a ton of them. And finally, the Stuntman's Guide. Let's see. Alright, so then we have the Apocalypse Stuntman Guide. I'm guessing this is vehicle rules. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be my guess. Welcome to the Stuntman's Guide. In this 3rd volume, we dive into the high-octane world of stunt driver and engage in full-contact vehicle combat. Start up your engines, and we will show you how to maneuver around the streets of a deserted city in a terrifying death race, or outrun mutant raiders across a blasted wasteland. Cool. Alright. Then, vehicles in 7TV Apocalypse, man versus machine, select your driver. Okay, driver's actions are used to determine how well they control a vehicle. Alright. Common terms. What do we got? Bashing or basing vehicles. Some players may choose to base their vehicles the actual shape of the vehicle. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Vehicle size versus vehicle type. Occupant facing and line of sight. Alright. Different types of vehicles. We got bikes, buggies, racers, trucks, big rigs, and restricted access. Ooh. Something with a question mark, huh? Alright. And then we've got the card for a buggy. And it looks like it's got health, armor, it's movement. Where's the move? Oh, right here. 18. The distance a vehicle can travel using the driver's single move action. So, wow. They can move 18 inches. Combination of size, chassis, build, quality, and natural toughness is your defense. Capacity, the maximum number of small, medium base models. Okay, so how many people can hold? Special effects. Alright, and then the different types of attack, depending on where you're hitting, I guess. Head on, rear end, side swipe, T-bone. Cool. And what else do we got? Vehicles in your cast. Vehicles do not count towards the number of plot points gained in your action phase, nor towards the number of models in your cast when calculating if your cast has been axed. Alright. Activating models within a vehicle. And driver only. Strikes are drivers and passengers. And specials are driver and passenger. So it depends on the vehicle, more than likely. And emergency stop, reversing, rough ground. Some really cool looking Mad Max looking hearse. Maneuvering. Oh, you gotta use the template to make your turns or handbrake. So that's interesting. Making multiple maneuvers. So 2 pages on just actual moving, how to turn and stuff. Skid and crash dice results. So I did get, the game came with some dice, and then the what do you call it? The online order that I made, it actually threw in some dice, so that's cool. So I got 2 sets, probably one for me and one for whoever I play against. And this is what looks like the regular dice. We got skid, break, skid 6 inches in that direction. I'm guessing depending on the direction that it lands is the direction you go. Skid 4 inches. Break. Is this just break and skid? I think so. Cool. And then there was another die. It's got crossbones, a couple of hearts. Looks like 3 steering wheels, 2 steering wheels. Cool. And then some D6s. So neat. The crash die. The crash die is marked with 6 different symbols to determine the outcome of crashing your vehicle. You may never use plot points to remove a crash die. The crossbones is remove 1 driver or passenger model from play. The 2 wheels, remove 2 vehicle mods. If your vehicle has no modification, roll again. Remove 3 vehicle mods. Damn. Health, it loses 1 or 2 or 3 healths. Well, so car is going to be in a bad way. You got obstacles. That's cool. Obstacles and collisions. Strike action, so just attacking with your vehicle. Telling you how to do it. A couple pages of that. Armor test. Wrecked vehicles. Chicken run attack. Special vehicle attacks. Objects in motion. Shooting into vehicles. And then vehicle mods. So then any upgrades you can buy. And the credits. And then the cheat sheet for rules for vehicles. And that's what's in the Stuntman's guide. So let's take a look at a couple of these other things that were in here. So we got the sheets for vehicles, gear cards, and trunk. Alright, so what I'm most excited for is the profile cards. So kind of post-apocalyptic characters are in here. So we'll take a look at this, and then we can take a quick peek at a couple of the other cards. So we've seen a vampire, survivor, leader. These are extras. Okay, they're double-sided. One side you got piece of art. The other side you got pretty much just rules, breakdowns. We got a zombie dog, spy bot. Ooh, war machine. That's pretty cool. Get some robot apocalypse, I guess. Tank zombie. Truckers. Wrecker. This looks like just a big meaty boy. Scavenge right along. Vet. Crash test dummies, the special effects, high roller and jury rig. Wild one. Looks like the wild kid from Road Warrior. Simian horse. So we got some Planet of the Apes here. That's cool. Synthetic. Seen this before. Zombie. VIP. Survivor. Mongrel. Ranger. Okay. And let's see. These are all extras. So let's see what so you got a mutant brute, that's cool. But let's see what the co-stars look like. Any co-stars in here? No, these are all extras. So I'm guessing the co-stars are in the other set of cards. So what else we got? We got a sentinel, a scout. These are all extras. So you get a good amount of extras here. Grunt leader. Pharaoh Kid. And a Man in Black. What are you? Are you like a X-Files agent? Aware, brave, loner, aware. This motto can make fight attacks all around 360. Never counts as having been attacked in the rear. Oh, so he's just really aware. Okay. All right, let's see what's in this one. So then we got the different types of, got a hazmat crew, savage tribe, scavenging party, a nuclear family. That's cool. And this tells you what it can consist of: a leader, survivors, a doomsday prepper, and mutts. That's cool. Alien spearhead. So that's play some V. Looks like. Grunt. So we got more extras here. A burrower, beastman. So there you go. Oh, now we got some actual other things. We got a co-star, which is a scrounger. We got a living weapon, and that's a star. Wasteland Wanderer. It's like your Mad Max character. Mean Machine. That's cool. It's just a post-apocalyptic robot like Judge Dredd. And, well, you know, like the family in Judge Dredd. Alpha Predator. It's a co-star. Rebellious Youth. Another co-star. Creeper. It's an extra. Beastman Elder. It's got some, what do you call it, mutants from the Thundercats in here. Monster Hunter. That's cool. Star. Looks like some Buffy action here, huh? Occult Knife, Crossbow, Pistol. Don't Fear the Reapers. Star quality. Special effects. Brave. Follow-up. Highway to Hell. The Monster Hunter's cool. Natural Leader. Authority Figure. Cult Fanatic is an extra. Bullet is an extra. The Damned. And they got cards all mixed up. We got another star, Ultimate Survivor. That's what the dude's on the cover. How many points is he? 10. And hanging by a thread is a star quality. Special effects camouflage for 1. Hard loner. That's cool. Oh, we got a terminal crazy. That's straight up the first Mad Max. That's cool. I like that. And that's a star. So we got like the toe cutter here is a terminal crazy. Psychotic for 2. What's Psychotic do? Psychotic. This model ends their activation at least 6 inches closer to the opposing model than where it started its activation. It can take 1 immediate fight or shoot action, then gains an extra die. Oh, cool. Reluctant Guardian. So, looks like some Ash from Army of Darkness, because he's got a chainsaw and the shotgun, the sawed-off shotgun. Yes, I'm telling you, they got you covered for all the movies that, the popular movies that you might want to play. Overlord. So we got the Ayatollah Rock and Roller right here. The humongous. That's so cool. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to get a humongous miniature because that's not bad. Next gen. What is that? Gifted. Sounds like a mutant or something. Energy Blast, Powers. Yeah, that's cool. Creeper Hound. It's an extra. True Believer. It's a co-star. Biker. Lasher. Biker Boss. It's worth 3. It's another extra. Alien War Leader. Another extra. What's that? Bad Lieutenant's a co-star. Egghead is a co-star. The Everyman, co-star. That's cool. Brawl with the pistol. Alien War Priest. Extra. Freak of Nature, co-star. Mondo Muto, co-star. Oh, Grizzled Veteran, man. Furiosa is not even the star. It's a co-star. Oh, this one's older. I guess Furiosa didn't have her own movie yet, but still. How many points is Furiosa? The Grizzled Vet, 6 points. Combat Knife, High Caliber Rifle. It's got +8 on both of those. Not bad. Eagle-Eyed, Star Quality, Fight Back, Military Training, Motor Pool, and Tactics. It's cool. Yep, so it just tells you what all those do. Alien Shock Trooper, Alien Trooper, Animal Companion, Baby Driver. It's funny. Shake Off and the Shotgun. Blessed. Creeper Seed Pod. Bloaters. Any more heroes in here? Brain. And a Cultist. What's the Brain do? That looks cool. It's like a scientist. Eureka, Gear, Brawl, 0. So he's not brawling too well. He's only got a +3 for Strike. But what is Eureka? This model passes a mind test. They may remove 1 status token within 6 inches. It's a special action. Oh man, he can just remove your status tokens off other people. That's really good. And how many points is he? 1? Oh yeah. Got an extra point to spend. Just get a brain or move some statuses. That's good. Okay. Then take a look at the big old vehicle cards. And okay, the big rig. And it looks like, I don't know if you're just supposed to play with the card because it's got spots on here as to where your crew is. Maybe that's for reference because this just seems kind of big to be sliding across the table with the characters on. And then, yeah, it's got to be just for reference because on the back it's got all of your hit point pips and all that. So we got the big rig, which is cool. The racer, it's got 2. So that's your Mad Max car. Truck. Awesome. And biker. And a buggy. Alright. Then, what else do we got? Gear cards. What are you? Let's take a quick look. Two more little decks and then we'll be done. So, we got gear cards and mutation cards. Ooh, those sound cool. Let's look at a couple gear cards. Laser Scope. This model's next aimed shoot attack this turn automatically causes a successful strike against an eligible target. Excludes vehicle attacks. So Laser Scope. Smoke grenades. That's pretty self-explanatory. If probably puts like some sort of fog up that gives you a what do you call it? Line of sight buff, some sort. Grapnel and rope. That's cool. For a cost of 1, this model may immediately climb or descend up to 2 levels if adjacent to a vehicle surface or board a vehicle. Opposing models are eligible to make free move. Alright, that's cool. So, I was thinking that I might play like Gasland style with some Matchbox cars, but this really wants some actual cars that are where your models can jump off from, you know, one thing to the next. So probably starts to stay in scale with the 28 mil stuff. So awesome. Mutation cards. Let's take a look. Cyclops. Model's activation. This model's next aim, shoot, attack this turn automatically causes a successful strike against an eligible target. Barbed tail. It's free. This model immediately passes any body statistic test. Let's look at one more. Super strength. Ooh, that sounds like a good one. Cost 1. This model may add +2 to their fight strike. The opponent also suffers a push 3. Wow, 3-inch push. Gets better, gets stronger. And last bit, take a look at the, where are these again? These are trunk vehicle modification cards. So that's what you find in the trunk apparently. Okay. Harpoon launcher. Sounds like a good one. Is this all? Get off my finger. Is this all the same? Oh, nope, they're different. Engine, trunk, body. That's a body card. Okay. So then the harpoon launcher, it's a body. Cruise, passenger. I'm guessing who uses it. Range 12 inches. Shoot 4+. Effect, it's a pintle mount. No armor. Test allowed. Reduces enemies' vehicles move by -1. Deadly versus foot models. Oh, so if you just shoot somebody on foot, it probably just murders them. This is an engine card. Turbo boost. This model may jump one large obstacle this turn, ignoring any crash die from the obstacle's collision. Vehicles can only turbo boost once per turn. So you can get real nuts with the vehicles in here. Smoke. Tombstone. Alright, and this is a trunk. 1 use per game. Place a medium obstacle within 6 inches of the rear of your vehicle, but no closer than 3 inches to any other model. This mod is retained to offset against damage. That's cool. So you drop a tombstone and as a like obstacle to really mess somebody else up. But yeah, anyways, this just like the other 7 TV games, seems like it's really awesome. So I can't wait to pick some miniatures and put some train on a field and give it a go. So anyways, my name's Roberto. Thanks for watching. See you next time.